Some of the knights of the Round Table left Camelot and go out to find the Holy Grail. Meanwhile, Arthur stays with Bedivere and Mordred in Camelot. Bedivere was wounded, so Mordred offered to carry him and serve the court. Mordred soon learned every secret passage and rooms of the place. After a few months, the knights came back with the news and left again, but were never able to return. Arthur decided to make new knights, but these were loyal to Mordred instead of him. Meanwhile, five knights, Gawain, Bors, Galahad, Percival, and Lancelot, come together in the wilderness of the castle of Carbonek, where the holy Hermit of Carbonek told them that to find the great chapel, they need to take wounded King Pelt from his castle, carry him through the woods, and they will find the chapel. The five knights took King Pelt's drove in a wild forest. He was in pain and needed to go Holy Grail. When they arrived, a woman gave them a spear to help the king. Pales gave Percival the task to protect the Grail and his daughter, and he fell into a deep sleep. After that, Percival stayed began to guard the chapel along with Blanchefleur, Pale's son. Lancelot, Gawain, and Bors returned to Camelot to tell the news.
Most knights didn't return to Camelot after the quest for the Holy Grail. The ones that were able to return get divided. The old knights went with Arthur to the Round Table, and the young ones with Mordred. Mordred told them that Arthur was old and that there was going to be a new king. Mordred, together with his mother, Morgana Le Fay, paid a plan in which Arthur was convinced that Lancelot and Guinevere were unfaithful. While they were in the garden, Mordred made them fall asleep thanks to a spell. Mordred returned to Camelot and led Arthur to where they were sleeping together. Arthur was filled with anger, with rage, and was about to kill Lancelot, when suddenly he was convinced by a few words that Merlin had told him to prevent him from doing so. He nailed Excalibur to Lancelot's side and returned to Camelot, where Mordred told everyone about the infidelity. When Lancelot and Guinevere woke up, realized they had been discovered by King Arthur, so they ran away. Guinevere took the Excalibur to one day give it to the king when he needed it, while Lancelot became a hermit away from everyone.
Mordred along with the young knights fight a war against the old knights and King Arthur for the throne, but Arthur didn't show up at the battle. Mordred killed many knights, women and kids. Mordred was warned that Arthur has a lost Excalibur and prepared for the final battle by going to the west. Arthur took all his men and followed a Mordred army. Meanwhile, Guinevere was able to deliver the Excalibur of King Arthur and lived out the rest of his assault. Months later, Mordred came to a sandy plain where the sea was seen and they prepared for the final battle. During the fight, Morgana confused the knights with a witch and everyone started killing allies and enemies, until Lancelot arrived, who had a conversation with Merlin and convinced him to return the fight alongside King Arthur. He led the knights and pushed Mordred's army into ocean. Seeing this, Morgana cast the strongest spell, Dragon Spell. It was so powerful that it burned Morgana alive and killed Lancelot. When all knights of Arthur and Mordred were dead, Arthur was able to kill Mordred without first receiving an attack from his axe to his head.